I'm Rosie Morton, and I love Scotland and exploring its epic landscapes. From the UK's highest peak and towering mountains of the Highlands to the gently rolling hills of the Lowlands, escaping to the hills is the perfect opportunity to relax, recharge, and reconnect with the wild beauty of Scotland. Scotland's outdoors does wonders for the soul. There's not a feeling that beats getting out into untamed nature, disconnecting from the everyday, feeling a bracing wind, listening to the bubbling of gentle streams, breathing in the smell of an ancient forest, or the sense of achievement after a day spent roaming the hills or conquering your first Munro. Our landscapes and nature can be wild and remote, but you don't have to be a mountaineering expert to stroll around woodlands and forests with the family or climb around a regional park. You can still soak in the views and take a breath of fresh air on a trail that suits you. Here's some helpful information, hints and tips for getting outdoors in Scotland and exploring all of our magical mountains and hills safely. No matter where you visit in the country, you're sure to encounter some of these iconic landscapes. From the Cairngorms to the Cheviot Hills, the Trossachs to the Cuillin, where will you explore? Planning a walk or hike is a great way to really get to know Scotland, its shifting vistas, wild corners, rich culture and enchanting views. Connect with nature and tackle a climb in the remote countryside, or detox from the hustle and bustle of the city with a fresh perspective by taking in the view from above. Getting off the beaten track can be even more accessible than you think. You can get to Loch Lomond and the Trossachs National Park from Glasgow via public transport in under an hour. From Edinburgh, you can journey for just an hour to the incredible towering forests of Perthshire, also known as Big Tree Country. There really is a hill to suit every ability. You might have heard of Munros, but did you know you can also tackle hills of other classes, including Corbetts, Fionas, Donalds, and Marlins? The mountain type you may have heard of before are Scotland's famous Munros. Named after Sir Hugh Munro, there are 282 of these mountains that are the highest in Scotland, stretching above 3,000 feet. The tallest mountain in Scotland is Ben Nevis, standing at 4,413 feet. That's 3.5 times taller than the Empire State Building in New York City. Next up are Corbetts. These hills range from 2,500 to 3,000 feet and are perfect for getting in some practice before you get to the challenging Munros. There are 222 of them you can climb. They're named after John Rook Corbett, who was the first Englishman to complete all Munros. Rising above Glen Keldrum is the impressive Corbett Craig MacRanich. At a height of 808 metres, it's only 20 metres short of the tallest man-made structure on the planet, the Burj Khalifa. Below Corbetts are Fionas, previously known as Grahams, after the late hillwalker Fiona Torbett, formerly Fiona Graham. They're an easier set of hills to climb than the Munros or Corbetts, which makes them a great option for beginner hillwalkers. Just a little shorter than Corbetts, Fionas range from 2,000 to 2,500 feet. Near the city of Stirling is Benclew, a Fiona and the highest point of the Ochil Hills. With a summit at 721 metres, that's the same as stacking the nearby Wallace Monument on itself over 10 times. Donalds are a list of Scottish lowland hills over 2,000 feet. And Marlins include any hill in the UK with a drop of 150 metres on all sides and must scale at least 152 metres. They're named Marilyn as a nod to the Munro connection. Are you thinking of getting outdoors and taking on your own adventure? Let's hear from Josh on how to make the most of the outdoors, plan ahead and stay safe.
My name is Joshua Demi and I have lived in Scotland for over a decade. The access rights that we have here in Scotland has afforded me many things, one of which is spending quality time in the outdoors, which has benefited my physical and mental well-being as well. During my time outdoors, I've been fortunate to have picked up so many skills across all different types of adventure. And today, I would love to take you along with me on a beautiful mountain in Torridon called Liegag. Come with me, let's explore together. Located in northwest Scotland, Torridon has some of the most majestic mountains, beautiful glens and serene lochs in the country. As an avid hill walker, Torridon holds a very special place in my heart, and today I'll be climbing one of the most iconic mountains here in Torridon, which is called Liegag. Liegag boasts of two Monro summits, which are Spiken Okoriele, which in English translates to the summit of the Great Corrie, and Murroch on Raken, which translates to the summit of the Police. Since moving to Scotland, I have been privileged to have discovered the great outdoors. And in my time in this space, I've learned to look after the environment. I've picked up skills that has helped me expand my adventure and of course my life experiences as well. So from the small hills close to me in Edinburgh to big Monros in the Scottish Highlands, the great outdoors really is my happy place. So days before your adventure, you want to make sure you check the weather because conditions at the base of the mountain often can be different from the one at the top of the mountain. In order to plan safely, I use mountain-specific forecasts. Now, the reason why I do this is they give me better understanding of what the condition is going to be like where I'll be walking. Navigation is crucial. It's easy to get disoriented whenever you're in the mountains, so I always carry a map, a compass, and an app with GPS, along with spare batteries. In Scotland, there are many beautiful hills that delivers breathtaking views. Now, for me, to play it safe and to always stay safe, I always go with routes that matches my abilities and level of experience. Although our mountains aren't the highest in the world, the seasonal differences can be very significant. A joke we make here in Scotland is that you can experience 4 seasons in one day. Honestly, you can experience everything from strong winds, knee-deep snow, torrential rain, even in the summer. So for my time in the hills, I always make sure that I take versatile clothing that I can put on and take off as the condition changes, considering they will keep me warm and dry at all times. And we finally made it to the summit. And from here, you can sit down and take in sensational views of Ben Hig, Ben Halligan, Loch Torridon, and on a nice, clear, beautiful day, you can get a glimpse of the coolings on the Isle of Skye.
Scotland's geology and landscapes are the stuff of legend, so it's no surprise its mountains have a rich history of their own, influencing the communities and cultures set within them. Gaelic is one of the ancient languages spoken by Scots, which is still alive today in our mountain names, signposts, and locations. Here are just a few of our hills which have Gaelic names and meanings. Ben Ledi. Ben means mountain, whilst Ledi, or Yeasir, refers to a slope. It's previously been translated from Gaelic as Hill of God, as a nod to its proximity to the heavens. It's the highest summit in the Trossachs. Schiehallion comes from the Gaelic Shi Chayon, roughly meaning fairy hill of the Caledonians. The mountain is, unsurprisingly, steeped in folklore, with a concealed cave on the southwest of the mountain, believed to be an entrance to the underworld. Its cone-like shape was even once used to calculate the mass of planet Earth. Kerrang comes from the Gaelic Cuirang, meaning enclosed sloping place. A bit of a literal description of a place full of myths and stories, supposedly the meeting place for fairies, as well as being the home to dragons who protected the area from invaders. Scotland's outdoors isn't just for walking and can be accessed all year round. If you're not much of a walker, don't let that stop you enjoying the views. There are plenty of activities and adventures around Scotland's mountains that are more about savouring the journey than getting to the top. Mountain biking, snow sports, picnic spots, photography, or even a funicular can help you access Scotland's mountain ranges. Wherever you go, make sure you're respectful of the landscapes and communities you visit. Plan ahead before you set off. Leave no trace and take all rubbish and litter with you. Follow the Scottish Outdoor Access Code. Be very careful not to disturb or destroy plants, birds, animals, or geological features. You can find more information on staying safe outdoors and safe mountain climbing in Scotland by clicking on the links in the description below.